giving up all the blood worth it. No, I'm kidding. Excited at 9 o'clock in the morning because surgery is scheduled. Finally, I have to say, this is officially the 4th week of the process, and my surgery is scheduled for Monday. That would be like, let's see, July 7th. I think that's July 7th at noon. So I don't even have to get up super early for it. And you only have to fast 6 hours ahead of time. Not that I'm going to get up to eat. Anyway, yesterday was quite an interesting day, back and forth with insurance and the home health company and stuff, and the doctor's office that initially put in the orders, who told me that the surgeon hadn't called me because I had to go get my blood work first before they would call me. And I was like, at what point were you going to tell me I had to go get the blood work before they'd even schedule it? It said the blood work had to be done within 30 days of surgery, which I was waiting for them to schedule it because I didn't want to have to go get my blood drawn twice because it didn't get scheduled within 30 days. Anyway, that is just the summary of all the miscommunication. I mean, that's just example of one of many miscommunications that have happened throughout this whole process. But it is finally scheduled. And I just can't even articulate how exciting it is to have a treatment coming up that's actually going to happen, that has promising results to actually improve my quality of life. It's not like this is a rare, unknown treatment for POTS. It's actually quite common. So first, I'm going to go get dressed. I'm going to go get the blood drawn, and then I'm going to go treat myself to a coffee at Starbucks, because that never happens. And I feel like celebrating. Where are we going? To the health park. What are we doing? Getting our blood drawn. Dun dun dun. On our way. I'm a little
driving away. I forget how the rest of the song is. Sorry.
This is actually my first time going other than my home since March. I'm a little nervous. I didn't want to take my wheelchair. I wanted to take my walker because the wheels are less knobby and easier to wash down, because I feel like a lot of people make a big deal about taking their shoes off before they go inside their house now that COVID is around, and my wheelchair is essentially my shoes, and so it kind of makes me nervous because I am going in a health park where where my general practitioner is, so yeah, that makes me a little nervous. But we've got our masks, we've got hand sanitizer, you know, clearly the lab is going to be following disinfecting protocols. So we're just going to give it over to God and pray we stay safe. usually try to get saline after a blood draw, just because my blood is precious because I don't have very much of it. This is just a CBC, so hopefully it'll only be a couple vials. It won't be a big deal. That's what I'm hoping. This is going to be my first experience seeing the general public covered in face masks, which will be interesting because usually it was just me wearing a face mask. All right, blood work done. It took about an hour. It was kind of crowded, I thought. Like more crowded than I'm used to that lab seeing. I don't know.
Yeah, it was.
I don't know if that has to do with COVID or anything, but there was lots of social distancing and you checked in via a kiosk, and before you even got to go to the lab, there was a station where they asked you questions and you had to have your temperature taken. And we got it done in one stick. That's always super awesome for me. It used to be that my left arm was the best for getting blood draws and IVs, but I think there's so much scar tissue in my left. But also she didn't even see a viable vein in my left arm this time. And I'm glad that she didn't try. So yay for phlebotomists who don't listen to you about which arm they should use. I mean, she checked it, but yeah. And now I have a Starbucks gift card with $1.05 on it. So I'm gonna go save $1.05 on a nitro cold brew. I have to say, it's been a little shocking how many people are out and how busy the world is. I guess I just sort of assume everybody's at home social distancing like me and working from home, and it's just not the case, which probably explains all the numbers. But yeah. Here we go to Starbucks. Such a treat. Who's ready for some nitro cold brew with sweet cream? Not that guy, because he doesn't like coffee. This girl, though, she's excited. I can't remember I think actually I take that back. I think the last time I had a Starbucks coffee was around Christmas time when Mom visited and we went to Barnes & Noble. And we got, that used to be our thing around Christmas time, was we would go get a coffee and I'd get a hot chocolate when I was little in one of those little cups. I mean, and we were from the sticks, so I mean, the idea of a coffee shop at that point in my life was just amazing. And I got my cute little coffee cup. I felt so big. And so, anyway, now I definitely have graduated to coffee. But I only let myself have one cup. So I got out of bed, got my blood drawn, all without coffee. I think it's because the adrenaline of finding out my surgery was scheduled. And thank goodness Steven's alarm on his phone went off at 8:30 this morning, because, and I wouldn't have otherwise. And I don't know why I heard that, because maybe I was light sleeping because I knew I had to get up, because I don't normally hear his alarm. Doesn't that cheese Danish look delicious? But not gluten-free. That's what Hell Yeah Gluten-Free should do next. Cream cheese. Danish. I wonder if there's such a thing as a gluten-free croissant. Probably not. That's a very delicate dough. I miss croissants. It's a total waste to get iced coffee when you can have a nitro. It's so much smoother, and I mean, it's like a nitro beer. Have you ever had a nitro beer?
It's very nice.
And it's nice and smooth, and it's like cool, but it's not watered down with ice. And it's just, it's awesome.
Hello. Yep, that's me. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
I smell it through the window. Mmm. Yum. Yum. Oh, that's good. Mmm. 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 Somebody's excited. So good. That made giving up all the blood worth it. No, I'm kidding.